Hey TV fans, today let's talk about a super famous old show where two pals who work hard go through life together. It's all about the adventures of Laverne and Shirley, set in a busy city called Milwaukee. This show made people laugh a lot and feel like they were friends with the characters. Now, about the different characters on the show, which one did you like the most? Was it Laverne, who's tough, or Shirley, who's a bit quirky? Tell us in the comments. And hey, do you have any special memories connected to watching this show? Share your stories with us below. So, if you're up for a trip back in time to Milwaukee full of laughs and heartwarming moments, hit that play button. And don't forget to let us know your favorite character and memories in the comments. Stay tuned for more cool stuff about this awesome TV series from 1976, where each episode feels like a real slice of life. Until then, enjoy watching. In the late 1970s, a popular TV show emerged, capturing the essence of its era and connecting with audiences nationwide. Running from 1976 to 1983, it remains beloved today for its humor and relatability. This show wasn't just about laughs. It reflected changing social norms, especially regarding women's roles. Its characters tackled gender stereotypes with wit and charm, breaking barriers in entertainment. At the heart of its success were two central characters, known for their chemistry and relatable experiences. One, bold and spirited, the other, sweet but determined, navigated life's challenges with resilience and laughter alongside their quirky neighbors. But what truly set this show apart was its emotional depth. Beyond the jokes, it explored themes of friendship, resilience, and chasing dreams. It's more than just a TV show, it's a cultural touchstone, reminding us of simpler times and offering timeless lessons in laughter and camaraderie. So whether you're revisiting it or discovering its charms for the first time, one thing is clear: this TV gem deserves to be celebrated for years to come. Michael McKean, a skilled actor, appeared in 3 well-known series alongside the famous Clark Kent. His performances in Lois and Clark, Smallville, and Justice League added depth and richness to the stories. In Lois and Clark, he played a significant role with his outstanding acting. Later, he smoothly transitioned to Smallville, exploring the early years of the Man of Steel. McKean continued his journey with Clark Kent in Justice League, being a valuable part of the ensemble cast. Switching gears to another classic sitcom, Laverne from the show had a unique quirk. She enjoyed an unusual mix of milk and Pepsi, giving her character a distinctive touch. This odd choice became synonymous with Laverne's charm, leaving a lasting impression on pop culture. Leslie Easterbrook, known for her roles in various genres, had a childhood filled with artistic influence. Her father, a PhD holder, not only shared knowledge, but also nurtured her love for music. His expertise in opera and trumpet became valuable skills in Leslie's career. This early foundation enabled her to portray diverse roles, including her memorable time in the sitcom. To sum it up, these actors and their roles added depth and flavor to the worlds they shared with Clark Kent and others. Their talents enriched the stories, leaving a lasting impact on television for years to come. David L. Lander, along with Michael McKean, formed a comedic partnership during their time at Carnegie Mellon University. After graduation, they joined the Credibility Gap with comedian Harry Shearer in Los Angeles. Their breakthrough came when they were cast as the characters Lenny and Squiggy on the series. Penny Marshall appeared in every episode of the show, while Betty Garrett, known for her roles on All in the Family, portrayed Edna Babish. In the fascinating world of a popular TV show, a singer named Cindy Greco got a big break in 1975. While performing at a theme park in Los Angeles, she caught the attention of a composer named Charles Fox. He was so impressed with her voice that he offered her a chance to sing the theme song for a new TV series. This theme song became a hit, adding a special touch to the show. After one of the main characters left the series, her role was taken over by her friend in the animated version of the show. This change happened in a Saturday morning program that included several famous characters. It helped keep the story consistent and familiar for fans of the show. One interesting detail about one of the characters is her affection for a cloth cat called Boo Boo Kitty. This cat wasn't real, but it held a special meaning for the character, symbolizing comfort and familiarity. These little details about the music, character transitions, and symbolic objects give us a peek behind the scenes of the show Laverne and Shirley. They add depth to the story and make it more engaging for the audience. In one episode, Charles Grodin appeared as himself, causing Lenny and Squiggy to be starstruck, despite Grodin being relatively unknown at the time. Penny Marshall, upon learning Cindy Williams intended to leave, initially resisted returning for the 8th season, but was compelled to by ABC, eventually negotiating for higher pay and ownership stake. Shirley's middle name, Wilhelmina, was a tribute to her grandmother. Despite the show's decent ratings in its 8th season, negotiations for a 9th season fell through, leading to its end. In a recent Emmy TV Legends interview, Cindy Williams and Penny Marshall both praised Gary Marshall, mentioning that he was a wonderful producer. Williams humorously added that it's best not to disturb him while he's eating an egg salad sandwich, as it's rather off-putting. Shirley Feeney initially portrayed a New York accent for the first 13 episodes. Gary Marshall eventually advised her to drop it, noting that people in the Midwest don't have Brooklyn accents. Shirley appreciated the guidance. The show's pilot mentions the street the girls live on as Campton, but later in the series it's referred to as Knapp. There are also inconsistencies in character descriptions. In one episode, Shirley mentions the men in her family are all short, but when Ed Begley Jr. makes a cameo as her brother, they are shown to be very tall. In the late 1970s, a popular TV series featured a well-known actor who played a character named Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli in several shows. This actor, known for his consistent portrayal of the character, appeared in 5 different series, including one called Happy Days. Another important person from that time was involved behind the scenes. This person directed their spouse in 11 films, showing their skills both in front of and behind the camera. In a 1979 episode of a TV show, 2 actors shared the screen. Decades later, they worked together again on a different series, demonstrating the lasting connections in the entertainment industry. These stories show how actors and directors work together across various projects, highlighting the collaborative nature of the television industry during that period. In an episode titled Call Me a Taxi from Season 2, the main characters find themselves laid off at the brewery and resort to becoming taxi dancers. Interestingly, Laverne's first dance partner of the night was portrayed by an actor who had previously appeared in Season 1's episode How Do You Say Are You Dead in German, as a character named Eric. Eric, a German immigrant fired from the dry cleaners, is played by the same actor, showcasing the series' interconnected storyline. Originally, the show was titled Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney, but it was shortened to simply Laverne and Shirley after the first few episodes. Despite its success, both Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams were opposed to the show's relocation from Milwaukee to Burbank. They felt that the move, along with a shift in the timeline to the mid-60s, compromised the show's original vibe. Marshall advocated for a move to New York, where Laverne's family hailed from, believing it would preserve the gritty urban feel. However, the show's creator, Gary Marshall, favored California, citing its potential for incorporating storylines related to show business and attracting big-name guest stars. In the world of entertainment, connections run deep. Take, for instance, a beloved TV series from the 70s that later spun off into its own show. One familiar face from that series went on to direct a movie featuring some of the same actors. Another potential cast member could have found fame on a popular comedy sketch show had things gone differently. And there's even a family connection among the cast members. It's fascinating how these threads intertwine across different projects and mediums. In a similar vein, one actor from the series later starred alongside their spouse in a couple of different TV shows. It goes to show how intertwined the entertainment industry can be behind the scenes. It's like a big family with connections and collaborations weaving throughout the years. In the world of television, Ron Howard directed his father Rance Howard in 15 films. These include notable titles such as Grand Theft Auto, Splash, Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and more. Moving on, during the 1981-1982 TV season, 2 different individuals took on the role of Shirley Feeney. Cindy Williams portrayed her on ABC's primetime live-action sitcom, while Lynne Marie Sweet assumed the character in the Saturday morning cartoon spin-off titled Laverne and Shirley in the Army Now. Furthermore, Gary Marshall's children shared that although they were allowed to visit the Happy Days set, they were not permitted to visit the set of the show due to constant disagreements between the co-stars. In the mid-1970s, a notable dynamic unfolded between the characters of this show and Happy Days, both rooted in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The intersection of narratives added depth to the unfolding stories, creating a unique television connection during that era. Amidst the show's run, a behind-the-scenes note involves Cindy Williams, who briefly stepped away in 1976. Her departure was prompted by a protest against Penny Marshall being favored with the lion's share of witty lines. Williams, however, returned after a brief hiatus, marking a temporary disruption in the series. Michael McKean, a familiar face from the show, played a role in creating the song A Kiss at the End of the Rainbow. This heartfelt duet, performed by Mitch and Mickey in the film A Mighty Wind, emerged as a personal love song between McKean and his wife, Annette O'Toole. The interesting twist comes in the form of Christopher Guest, who initially considered turning down the song after the McKeans delivered their rendition. It took Jamie Lee Curtis, Guest's wife, to convince him to include the emotional piece in the film. In the intricate web of television history, these moments shed light on the behind-the-scenes dynamics and creative collaborations that shaped the narrative of this beloved series. In the realm of television, Michael McKean stands out for his appearances in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman in Smallville, alongside other notable actors like Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. Meanwhile, Fred Dryer, known for his role as a defensive end with the L at Rams, made his television debut in a brief spot during Laverne's dream sequence. McKean's Unwigged and Unplugged tour concluded with a videotape concert in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, adding another dimension to his career. In the early seasons when they were still in Milwaukee, Shirley would often call her friend Vernie. However, she stopped doing that once they moved to Burbank. Following Cindy Williams' passing on January 25, 2023, Michael McKean stands as the sole surviving member of the regular cast. During Season 8, David L. Lander frequently appears alone. This shift occurred as Michael McKean was busy with This Is Spinal Tap, where he collaborated with Penny Marshall's husband, Rob Reiner, appearing in 4 episodes that season. Struggling with the ongoing challenge of bringing back characters in the TV show, Penny Marshall came up with a clever solution. She decided to make Laverne easily recognizable by putting distinctive L's on her clothes. This way, the audience would remember the character without constant reminders. Despite this creative idea, Cindy Williams still found herself saying Laverne in many scenes. Even though she later said her departure was due to pregnancy, producers disagreed, sparking ongoing speculation about why she left. As the show evolved, Eddie Mekka joined the cast before Michael McKean and David Lander. This brought a new dynamic to the group, creating more opportunities for storytelling and character development. Behind the scenes, things were a mix of creative choices, personal circumstances, and the ongoing challenge of keeping a successful TV series running. In the end, the story of Laverne and Shirley behind the scenes is full of twists and turns, revealing the complexities of making TV shows dealing with the cast, balancing creativity and commercial interests. 2 actors, Michael McKean and David L. Lander, started their careers at Carnegie Mellon University. They later joined a comedy group in Los Angeles with Harry Shearer. In 1976, they landed roles as Lenny and Squiggy on a popular TV show. The set of another show was transformed into Laverne and Shirley's apartment. Interestingly, both pairs of main characters shared initials L, and as their dynamic added an intriguing element to the series. In May 2010, Michael McKean and his wife, Annette O'Toole, reunited for the series Smallville. O'Toole portrayed Martha Kent, while McKean took on the role of Perry White, now the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet. Despite reported conflicts during Laverne and Shirley production, Cindy Williams and Penny Marshall maintained a close friendship. Williams referred to Marshall as her sister in a recent interview. Additionally, Ron Howard and Cindy Williams appeared together in the crossover episode Shotgun Wedding and the film More American Graffiti in 1979. All these collaborations showcased the enduring bonds formed during their time on the show. Following the successful introduction of the characters Laverne and Shirley in a Happy Days episode, ABC offered Penny Marshall the lead role. However, Cindy Williams initially declined, pursuing opportunities in film. ABC cast Liberty Williams in the role of Shirley, but the chemistry between Penny and Liberty wasn't quite right. Eventually, Cindy reconsidered and joined the series, leading to its iconic duo. Cindy left the show in 1982, but the producers didn't revisit their original choice or consider other options like Gilder Radner. Penny Marshall's ashes rest at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills Cemetery with a tribute to her character Laverne. This information comes from Michael Eisner's Emmy TV Legends interview on YouTube. In an episode titled Good Time Girls, Bruce Kimmel made an appearance as a suitor for Shirley. Interestingly, around the same time, Cindy Williams starred as Kimmel's girlfriend in a movie they both acted in called The First Nudie Musical. According to the book Live from New York, An Uncensored History of Saturday Night Live, Penny Marshall mentioned that Gilder Radner was considered for the role of Shirley. Squiggy's real first name was Andrew. All these connections and behind-the-scenes tidbits add layers to the show's history and the dynamics among the cast members. In the show, the characters were initially scripted to smoke, but due to censorship, they ended up chewing gum instead. The set of the show was no stranger to drama, with reports of loud fights next door, as disclosed by various cast members from Happy Days. Penny Marshall gained widespread recognition for her portrayal of Laverne DeFazio in the sitcom. In the show, one of the main characters always wears a letter L on her clothing. Sometimes she has one L on her skirt and another L on her blouse. When one of the actresses departed during a particular season due to pregnancy, her absence was explained by having her character move out of the apartment to be with her husband after he was transferred out of the country. Additionally, 2 actors originally hired as writers consultants ended up writing themselves into the show as 2 characters they created in college. One of these characters was originally named Antony, but was changed to Squiggy to coincide with the girls' names. This character was based on an unseen character from the actor's sketches. Penny Marshall, known for her directing roles, stepped into the director's chair for Jumpin' Jack Flash in 1986, taking over from Howard Zieff. Notably, Marshall, with just a handful of Laverne and Shirley and Happy Days episodes under her directorial belt, successfully helmed the film. In a rare public appearance at the Hollywood Collectors show in North Hollywood, California, Marshall joined her Laverne and Shirley castmates Cindy Williams and Eddie Mekka in October 22. The trio greeted hundreds of fans, signed autographs, and took pictures, showcasing the enduring popularity of the beloved series. Interestingly, fans of the show might be intrigued to learn that Laverne's middle name is Marie, a detail adding a personal touch to her character. After the Unwigged and Unplugged acoustic tour, he's joining Spinal Tap for summer music festivals. He's also part of Satiristus, a book by Paul Provenza. In the show, the girls belong to the Angora Debs Club. When they moved to Burbank in season 6, it jumped 2.5 years from spring 1962 to autumn 1964. They transitioned smoothly into their new setting, maintaining the show's charm and humor. Michael McKean's musical ventures and the club's name add depth to the show's narrative, offering fans more insight into the characters' backgrounds and experiences.